Hey everybody, this is Kev with Hvac Motors, and today we're going to be going over the 1-year ownership of this car. I've actually had this car for a little over 1 year. I think it's been 1 year, 1 month, and just under 16,000 miles. So I made myself a list of 3 reasons why I think this car has served me well over the past year. In other words, 1 year ownership of the Honda Accord, all the good. So let's start with number 1, the styling of the car. When I first picked up this car, the styling was one of the main selling points for me. I thought the car looked really nice whenever I saw one in person. I always thought it was a really well designed car, very classic sedan design that just fit really well and looks sleek and not too, I don't want to use the term ricey, but that's what I would use if I still had my American car. It doesn't look too much Japanese, it doesn't look too Japanese like of a styling, but it just got the right flow and the right characteristics that I really like in a car. As you can see, it just the way the car, it just has a nice look to it. I can't really explain why I like it so much, but I do get a lot of comments about this car. They say it looks very nice, a very sleek looking car, and you do get a lot of looks when you're driving around in it. So they definitely hit it out of the park with the styling of this. I guess it was it the 10th generation Accord? I can't remember, but they definitely hit it out of the park with the styling of this car, and I really don't have any complaints about the styling, other than maybe the only thing I can really complain about for the styling is, and me, I'm very picky, so this isn't like to piss people off or anything like that. This is just one thing. It would be this side rocker here. I think that this could have been designed a little better. It looks like just an afterthought, but that being said, it still looks very nice, and I'm glad it's on the car. I believe it makes it look a little more sporty, which is, you know, obviously the idea because this is a sport model. So let's go to reason number 3. Or number 2. Reason number 2. Reliability for the car has been very good for me. Now, reliability for this car has been very good for me. I've had no major issues. I never got stuck on the side of the road. I've never had anything get me stranded. I never had any really crazy noises come from the car. The only thing that I've had really happen is just that weird noise that comes from the front end, but that is pretty minimal considering I haven't had any issues as far as getting stuck on the side of the road. Now, if like, say I had like a mechanical failure, yeah, I wouldn't have that on the vehicle, but this, the front end noise isn't that big a deal because it really hasn't hindered me from getting to my destination. And as far as I can tell, all the interior parts are still working just as well as they used to, and I'm not having any issues. Now, with all my cars in the past, within 16,000 miles, I've had some kind of mechanical failure on them. Let's take my Mustang, for example, okay? And this isn't the rip on the Mustang. I know they're different cars. One's a performance car. This is like a luxury / econo car, but I had the rear differential go in the Mustang at like 3,000 miles. What else did I have go? Oh yeah, there were a couple panel gap issues from the factory, which they addressed for me after the fact, but came out of the factory with panel gap issues. A couple little paint defects. Now keep in mind, I did find 1 paint defect on this car, but 1 paint defect in the whole car, that's nothing. What else can we talk about? Oh yeah, had a BMW when it was brand new with a spark plug. When I went to take delivery of, the spark plug was bad, and I was like, what the hell, it sounds like it's running on, you know, 1 less cylinder than it should be. And sure enough, had a bad spark plug, couldn't take delivery that day. I was pretty sad after that because I paid a lot of money for that car. And I used to have a Pontiac GTO as well, and what major happened? Oh yeah, the suspension kept falling apart on that car. No matter what I tried, I eventually did all the suspension swap myself with an aftermarket company. It was actually a company called Petters. They're big in the GTO and G8 market, and that was the only way I could resolve the issue. The OEM parts kept failing, and whenever I take it to the dealership, they'd put it back together wrong, and I would have to sit in my driveway after I got done paying somebody to try to fix the car to fix it correctly, which is pretty crazy. And you know, that's why I'm grateful I have this car, is because I've never gotten stranded anywhere. And it is, I mean, honestly, you think about it, it's like, oh, 1 little broken part's not a big deal, but it really does take out a lot of your day, especially when you have a busy schedule like I do, and I try to keep moving all day. I like to keep busy because it, you know, it makes me feel good. I like to be busy. So just by having a car that is, you know, not going to be reliable, that's a big turnoff for people, and that's why a lot of people flock to Honda, because they're known for their reliability. And I'm sure I don't have to tell anybody that's watching this video. They're known for their reliability, and it's more than just, you know, it's going to be safe for your family. It's good because you don't have to worry about being late for business meetings. You don't have to worry about being late because your car broke down, and you don't have to worry about that extra unexpected expense, which could go anything from, you know, $50 all the way up to, let's think about the engine for a second. Engine's probably $3 to $4 grand, so $4,000, right? $4,000 out of your pocket that you weren't expecting. That could like really hurt some people. Now, third thing I want to go over, and yeah, it's the third thing. Interior quality. I've had no issues with the interior quality on this car. Overall, the interior quality on this car, we should really be inside the car to show you. But I just got done detailing the interior of this car, and I really inspected it well. After 16,000 miles, usually you start seeing really bad wear around here, especially like all the other cars I've ever had, the BMW, the Mustang, the GTO. These would start wearing out really bad. The side bolsters would wear out really bad because the leather was just simply too soft or whatever. And the way I get in the cars, I kind of get in real quick and brush in, and it tears up the leather. But this one, it's holding up very well, and you know, this leather is very comfortable. I have no issue with this at all. As being, it is a little bit of a harder leather than I'm used to, but I like it. It's not uncomfortable, and it's just holding up great. The steering wheel itself, I usually hold a 10 o'clock and what is this, a 3 o'clock? I don't know, 10 and 2. I guess it's 10 and 2 grip. And as you can see, there's really no polishing. As long as you keep the steering wheel clean, you don't have any polish. You know, I'm expecting this to last for at least 40,000 miles before you really start seeing some polishing of the steering wheel leather. Yeah, I've had no broken buttons at all. The HVAC system, I was actually getting a noise out of it after like 6,000 miles. I was like, what the heck? The car's brand new and I'm getting a noise out of it? It turns out all I had to do was change out that cabin air filter. That video I did a little while ago with the cabin air filter, and it went away. So that's awesome. Back seats, I rarely have people in the back seats, which is kind of funny because that's what I bought the car for. And yeah, it's just, well, that's a subject for another time. Yeah, so the interior quality has been great. One thing I could see in the future possibly being slightly annoying would just be this paintwork here getting scratched up, but you know, that's just the characteristic of the beast when you have paintwork on your center console. That's why I just make sure I don't wipe with anything hard other than a microfiber towel. Yeah, so as far as the good of this car, let me see. All right, so we have 3 reasons written down. Let's see if I can come up with something when I'm sitting in the car that I like about it, that I didn't think or know that I would like about the car. Oh yeah, this is a good one. All right, so the 4th reason why I like this car after a year is actually something I didn't think I'd say ever with anything like this. It's the paddle shifters on the car. Now this car's paddle shifters really blew me away when I started using them. I thought they were going to be sluggish and kind of a gimmick. You know, like a lot of cars, they have these gimmicky paddle shifters because there's like a latency time of 3 seconds in between pressing the paddles. It's like, well, what's the point? But these ones, they're very fast, and you know, for being that extra little touch they put on the sport model, I'm really glad they did. And when I get bored, I put it into sport mode and just shift away at the paddles just to have a little fun. And yeah, I know the car's not fast, it's not the fastest thing out there, but it adds a little element to the driving, just like if you had a manual car, it would add an extra element. I mean, that's what people go for, right? It's not as boring because there's more to do and you can have more control over the vehicle. So, that's basically everything I have for this. I'm pretty happy with the car overall as far as what I bought it for. It served its purpose great, and after 16,000 miles, really haven't had any issues with it other than that front end noise, which we'll address in the next video, the bad portion. So, if you guys would, please go check out my old detailing videos, which I actually did detail the interior of this car and showed you guys a good product to use. And like I said, it doesn't feel bad or anything, that product. It's Chemical Guys, leather cleaner and detailer. And also, next video is going to be the bad portion, so we'll link that in the description as well. I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you stay around and subscribe, and also comment, let me know what you think about this video, and also let me know what you think about your vehicle if you have the same one. You know, any things that you don't like or what you do really like that you didn't think you would like. So everybody have a great day, and thank you for watching.